I like doing this, I like doing that, I like doing that. And that's how we met at church. We're cooking for people. And we have cooked together. And we have cooked up to today. We've been cooking together.
Wow.
So with his calling, when I met him, he already had his calling to be a pastor, and he was working towards it. I already had my calling to be a pastor. So when we came together, it was there was no pastor's wife or anything. It was now praying to God to say, okay, it's callings, but the calling is one. The calling is to give you glory. The calling is to make you known Jesus. And the calling is to shepherd your people and make sure to work in the kingdom. So we found a church, which is Wife's Ministries, that we're in now. And we have been, so when God speaks, he acknowledges that God speaks to me. I acknowledge that God speaks. And one thing about God is not a spirit of confusion. He has never spoken contradictory things, because the vision is one, the goal is one. So it's honoring the voice of God in both of us. And because God is a God of order, there has never been confusion to say saka mwarat kwauri and then at kwandiri saka toita say no. There's never been that. It's always been different ways of saying the same thing.
Okay, yeah. That's question.
Okay, what's your question?
Okay, so from your relationship with Pastor Russell,
Yeah.
so we know that the wife has to be like a person who honors the husband, right?
Mm.
So from our eyes, right, us as people, you know, from like us physically, maybe people will judge and say, you are more spiritual, like more spiritual than him. And like, how do you, I really don't know how to put this question. Yeah.
What people measure as spirituality has always been very funny. Yesterday I was talking to my friends, an apostle and a prophetess at their house, and I've said that I learned how to love people from my husband. Like, to love people. That man is more spiritual than me because the way he loves God's people. Pastor Russ will educate people, will take someone, educate them, get them a job, get them married, go to the, like, if Jesus died for the people, he would do the same. He is not a showman. His ministry is not in front of the camera like me in front of people. No, he is the real deal shepherd. Like, he will go with you to marry your wife with you. You know, the kind of pastor who will be there. I don't know how many lobola negotiations he has done for people. Like, he will go and be the mnyai and go and negotiate for you. You know, he would go and bury your dead with you. Like the people who have died in your family, he will go all the way. He's the kind of pastor who month end will get groceries for and say, can you support a family that is in need? And he will go and give in secret. He will not have a camera with him to show that he went. And he will take 4 or 5 people, pay their school fees, take them through high school, take them through tertiary education. Pastor, then he is the kind of a pastor who will be there with you through it all. I'll do the show, I'll do the word, I'll preach, I'll pray in front of people. He will go and do the bigger works behind the scenes. Pastor Russia is the kind of guy who will give his money to make sure that he hires a bus to take people for a conference, hires a venue. He will make sure that people are in God behind the scenes more than in the front. So because I live with him, I hear some of the things. Like I was invited at KIC on Sunday. I got my invitation because I was talking to this couple, the founders of KIC Church, Pastor G and Pastor Stella, about something that I learned about Pastor Russ. And then they said, oh, well, because you're the one who is listening, please can you come and share it with the church? Wow. But because I was talking about profitability in the kingdom, and I kept on saying, you know what Pastor Russ has told me, Pastor Russ has told me, those things that you have been taught, please come and teach our church. Wow. So I get to get the front show. Well, the behind the scenes, it's lessons that I've learned from him. When I met him, I was known as one of those girls who were unapproachable. In the Vela, we call them is Imbulu. Who mind their business, who go to church, do their thing, and go home. Like to see me talking to people, I'll be like, this is not what I'm here for. I'm here for God. I'm done with God. I'm going home. But having relations with him and how he is such a people person, I've learned how to love people, and he is very kind and patient, and he extends a very long hand to people. You'll be like, me, I'm done with this person. And Pastor Ross will be saying, God is not done with them. And if God is not done with them, if you're working in God's company, you can't be done with them. You will not have done a good job. So spirituality, most people, it's how you pray, how you preach, how you sing. But Pastor Russ has taught me that spirituality is how you live when no one else is watching you.
Wow.
Okay. So he's a kind of guy even who would call me and even help me in what you guys don't know about me, because he lives with me. You'll be like, and then I get pastored. I can actually say he's my pastor. I get pastored to come and pastor you guys. So when it comes to spirituality is not a show. It's not what people see. What people see is a product of what happens maybe behind the scenes. And what happens behind the scenes, there are a lot of people that help. And for me, Pastor Russell is, because I can't hide. In as much as I can't hide who I am from God, I can't hide who I am from him. What you guys don't know about me, he knows about me. And he has the grace to point it out and make me better. So I can say in terms of spirituality, I've learned from him that you can't really judge and say who is more spiritual. I'm a stage person. Give me a stage, I'll talk. Give me a stage, I'll pray, I'll sing, I'll do everything, Stage, stage. But spirituality is not stage. Spirituality and Christianity is life after the stage. And one man who is big on that is Pastor Russell. He is big on living right. He is big on pushing the fundamentals of the faith. True worship is taking care of widows and orphans. Is big on that. Go ye into the world. If in my church 90% Anna Simon Vesewa and Anna Brand Van Vagatoso win one of pastors. Those are his people, because he loves people. It's easy for him to soul win. So he brings them, and then I do the front thing, and then after the front thing, he takes them and pastors them in their everyday lives. He will know stuff about people I spend time with in church that they'll never tell me about. He'll come and tell me, do you know Ningi? Because he's a pastor. He is involved in their lives. So then I learned that spirituality is not what people see. It's actually who people are when no one is watching. And I can honestly say, Pastor Russ, when it comes to God being intentional about being who God says a pastor is in everyday life, he's very big on that. And unfortunately, because it's not a stage thing, most of the times people will never know about it. And he's not one person who would sit on interviews like this and talk about it. He's more deep than talk.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, Pastor. I was about to say Apostle. Sorry. Thank you so much for your time. This is really love. Yeah, this is true love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you guys all for watching. And if you're in Beefles, be sure to come on Mondays for worship experience. Where is the venue?
At Life Spring Church in Chinotimba, just behind Mosia Tunya High School. We meet there to it's not about the church, it's about the kingdom, and it's about encountering God. So come expectant to encounter God. Come expectant to have time with your Maker. Come expectant to experience God every Monday in Chinotimba in Victoria Falls at Life Spring Church.
From 6:30 till late.
From 6:30 to 8 o'clock. That's the time on the flyer.
Okay. Yes. See you next time.
Bye.